What's going on, guys? Prime vs Prime back today with another review. Today we'll be taking a look at the brand new Transformers movie masterpiece MPM-03 Bumblebee. The figure is the first figure to be released for this revived series of MPM figures. Let's take a quick look at the packaging. The front of the packaging, you've got the movie masterpiece title, picture of Bumblebee in both robot mode and vehicle mode. You've got the Chevrolet license, Takara Tomy, Hasbro, Bumblebee. The side of the packaging shows Bumblebee in both robot mode and vehicle mode. The back of the packaging has Bumblebee in robot mode, vehicle mode, and some of the features, the battle mask, the articulated hands, and the removable stinger blaster. Turning to the other side, we've got just a nice picture of the vehicle. The top, Transformers masterpiece, 10 years of Transformers movies, and the bottom just has legal guff. So, without further ado, let's look at the Bumblebee. Here we have Bumblebee in vehicle mode, and this is a very, very nice representation of the original 2007 movie Bumblebee. I don't think it's entirely 100% accurate, but it's definitely close enough. We've got some amazing details like the precisely painted Camaro emblem on the side of the vehicle. We've got some nice side lights painted in red, really nice painted Chevrolet logo. We've got more of the same on the other side. The back, we've got all the tail lights, we've got the license plate picked out in some really nice paint. Very, very precise paint applications. Some improvements I would have liked to have seen to this would be perhaps clear plastic red tail lights. That would have been pretty nice. And perhaps more silver on the rims. But overall for vehicle mode, it's very nice, very compact. As you can see at the bottom, you can obviously see that these are Bumblebee's arms and the legs. Bumblebee comes with a single accessory, that being his stinger blaster. He uses this in all of the movies, even in the latest one, Transformers The Last Night. This can be stored in vehicle mode. You simply unpeg it, rotate it around, and there are two holes or two slots in the underside of Bumblebee. And there are two ports on either side of the gun, and they just peg in really snugly, click in, and Bumblebee has some really nice weapon storage. So that's it for Bumblebee's vehicle mode. Now let's get to the main part, the robot mode. And here we have MPM-03 Bumblebee in his robot mode. Now this Bumblebee is by far the best movie Bumblebee that we have ever seen. I'm not going to go through articulation as detailed as I usually would, as there's numerous amount of reviews of this guy online by now. However, I just want to show off how awesome this Bumblebee really is. From that Camaro, to quite a chunky Camaro, to this really slim and streamlined robot, it's amazing. This is definitely leaps and bounds better than that MPM-04 Optimus Prime, which, as many of you know, I thought was a complete waste of money. This figure definitely can replace any movie Bumblebee in my collection. The Optimus, however, doesn't. Some really nice details, like the first ever time that we've got the back wings, which I think is really good. The car parts don't just sit at the back like they tend to do, they actually do fold up inside. The use of die-cast pieces in the feet really help to weight the figure down, allowing you to get in some amazing poses. Very, very, very articulated, this figure, which is one of its main points why it's so good. He does have a couple of features. In robot mode, you can deploy his battle mask. You simply just separate the visor. This whole section here is die cast. Fold that back, lift this up and bring that down, and then click that into place, and there you've got Bumblebee's battle mask. Really, really cool looking. Bumblebee also has that blaster that we saw in vehicle mode. This can also integrate into the arm, which is really good, doesn't compromise the look of the arm whatsoever. Really, really clever engineering. For that, you simply just take it and fold inwards, and it will slot in over the top, and then these two pegs will plug into those ports, and there you've got Bumblebee's really cool looking arm cannon from the movies. Really, really nice detail on it as well. Some really nice silver paint picking out some of those sharper details. This figure is just fantastic. Really, really good. They've also been able to minimize the use of faux pieces. Everything you see on this figure is legitimately the real robot and real car parts. As you can see in the feet, they've got the real back wheels. in the feet, which I think is fantastic. It's the first time it's ever been done on a Bumblebee figure. This figure just brings so many new things to the movie Bumblebee toys that we have failed to see in the last 10 years. I strongly recommend you pick up this figure. It's by far one of the best Bumblebee figures that we've ever gotten. It's probably not as good as the 3A Bumblebee, however, that does not transform. If you want a really good looking transforming Bumblebee, this is definitely the one to pick up. For some comparisons, here we have Bumblebee scaled next to MPM-04 Optimus Prime. As you can see, I think the scale is really good. Some may argue that Bumblebee should be more down to Optimus Prime's legs. However, these actually transform, so you can't be 100% accurate. However, I do not think scaling is at all an issue. For one final comparison, here is MPM Bumblebee next to the Human Alliance Bumblebee. Now this figure was actually the definitive Bumblebee in my collection. However, I can strongly say that this definitely replaces this. This is an improvement in every single way. If you have the choice to buy either of these figures, definitely pick up the MPM-03. So overall, what do I think of MPM-03 Bumblebee? I think he's amazing. If you haven't already guessed, I highly recommend this figure. It is by far the best movie Bumblebee figure that we've ever gotten. Has some inaccuracies, such as not all the pieces in the robot mode really resemble what we see on screen, but it's close enough, and it's definitely the closest that Hasbro and Takara Tomy have ever came in giving us 100% accuracy for Bumblebee from the 2007 Transformers movie. I highly recommend this. Thanks for watching.